Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at Mad World Tarot. It's a Thursday afternoon, a beautiful sunny Thursday afternoon, but bitterly cold. And seeing as the sun is still shining, I won't put the ring light on just yet. Hopefully won't plunge you into darkness like I did yesterday. But anyway, I have the Trickster's Journey Tarot on the tarot table for the reading today. Very strange tarot deck. It's rather unpleasant artwork. Quite often it's Chinese based. Not meaning anything disparaging about Chinese art. I do actually very much like Chinese art. But anyway, it's an interesting little tarot deck, and I think we're in trickster territory today. So that's why it's come out to play on the tarot table, because it seems as if the blame game has begun and people have been waiting for this moment, and allegedly Harry's friends have been very concerned about this moment. We've been watching, we've been seeing Meghan get thinner and thinner, wearing heavy coats in the middle of summer, now appeared with a stress patch on her wrist. And an interesting article has just appeared in the Miami Herald, of all places, and basically it claims that Meghan is lonely, stressed, worried about money, and not eating. And I have picked out some of the choice parts of the article. It says, Meghan is quickly losing weight amid her increased stress. She has used stress patches over the years, but more so lately, especially when Harry is not around. She's been wearing winter coats in the summer, comforting for her, but still odd. So odd that friends are afraid she could be spiraling. And it goes on to reference the constant money problems, her loneliness. She's dropped at least 15 pounds. And when Harry is away, she is on her own as she juggles caring for their kids with work and larger worries. And the larger worries are financial. They are millions in debt, and it is very hard to maintain their lavish lifestyle. I can see you're going to join me and maybe squeeze a tear out of that left eye of yours at having to struggle to maintain that lavish lifestyle. But here we go. Lost weight, Harry's never there, she's left with the kids, and all the burdens are on her. And of course, blame game. This is the one that people have been waiting for. It seems it has now finally arrived. And the one, as I say, that the friends have been suspecting was it going to be trotted out. And on cue, here it comes in the Miami Herald. So it's the Diana playbook that a lot of people have been suspecting would happen. And as I say, on cue, it does seem to be happening, not to diminish her distress if she does have distress, if she has got some sort of disorder. I have looked at that recently. You can go back in the Royals playlist and see she really has some kind of disorder along the Diana lines. But now I'm just going to do a Celtic cross with the Trickster Journey Tarot and see what's going on. Is this her clapback? Because it seems as if Harry is trying to sidle back into the royal family quite smartly, trying to get away, trying to reposition himself as the happy prince who does charitable work, the happy, popular prince, and leave her behind. And he seems like the one who's ready to jump. We're going to see if she's got plans to jump as well in the next reading. But right now I just want to know about her state of mind. I'm not looking at her finances specifically or anything specifically. I'm just going to do a Celtic cross and see what is going on. What is going on with her, and whether she's about to hang Harry out to dry, blame him for mental health problems, eating problems, things like that. It's interesting that they're so direct in this article about the financial problems and buying a house that they weren't ready to buy. Ooh, okay. Cards flying off. We've got the Ten of Wands that has come out there. I'm going to go and fetch the card that went flying off, and I shall return. Right, card that went flying off is the Knight of Wands in reverse. We'll put the Knight of Wands back in, we'll shuffle. Then we're going to just do a Celtic cross, as I say, to look at this potential blame game. It is only potential. It is what people speculate she's up to right now. So let's see what Knight of Wands in reverse has come out again. That's a whole story in that. But anyway, it's some disappearing men. Hot-headed, impetuous, impulsive, disappear when you want them around, unreliable, all of that energy. So that has shown up twice already in the blame game potential that we're looking at here. Let's remind you, it's tarot for fun and entertainment, specifically as we're dealing with possible mental and eating disorders and blaming people for those. It is all speculations, all my opinion here on this channel. I read energy and it's archetypal energy, and of course there is a disclaimer in the box below, and of course always a struggle to fit the tarot cards in this particular way that I've got the camera. We got Hierophant. Hierophant is our underlying energy. Hierophant is one of the marriage cards because it's about commitment. It's about making vows in front of the law and also the Lord. So that's why it's one of the marriage cards. It's about long enduring commitments and obligations and going through formalities, requirements of the law and religion to make those sacred promises. So it's upright. It's also, of course, royal family, the Hierophant. And so it's about being a member of that institution, as Harry and Meghan like to call it and make it sound like a prison of some kind, a dangerous place where your mental health can be compromised in that institution. But it's upright. It's marriage. We're talking about marriage here and consequences of a marriage. So let's have a look at the heart of this reading and see what is going on with her state that she's in. We've got 9 of Coins in reverse. That is upright, the happy single woman, well provided for, able to live the life on her own terms. It's in reverse. This is somebody who's struggling with loneliness, and lo and behold, what did we read in this article in the Miami Herald? But that she is often alone. She's being left. She's struggling with the burdens that are put upon her because Harry is hardly ever there. And here we have it, loneliness. I'm not saying that she isn't lonely. I'm not going there. I'm just saying that the energy that's showing up is this core issue. There's 2 things. Very interesting how clever tarot is, the universe is at speaking through tarot, because there's 2 things in the 9 of Coins in reverse: loneliness and financial struggles, financial concerns. So it's both things are there, that she doesn't feel that she can afford her lifestyle, her lavish lifestyle. When the card is upright, it is literally lavish lifestyle, the life of luxury and ease, and very much enjoyed by a happy single woman, but she hasn't achieved that yet. What in particular is bothering her? That's a big bother, especially if you're Meghan Markle. But for anyone out there in the world, a 9 of Pentacles in reverse is an unhappy card. But what in particular is her problem? This card popped out just before we did the reading. That's the 10 of Wands in reverse. That is the giving up card. It's all too much. With the 10 of Wands in reverse, I can't go on anymore. I have to put these burdens down, these burdens of being basically a single woman in a marriage. She's saying, I'm here. Basically, the narrative is, I'm in this marriage. I'm at home. I'm looking after the children. I'm trying to make ends meet. I'm trying to earn money. And our Knight of Wands that kept showing up in the pre-shuffle is off all over the place, not living up to his commitments in the marriage. So I think we have our story straight now. What's actually going on with the 10 of Wands in reverse? Complete overwhelm. Can't carry on like this. I'm going to collapse. So what's going on down there in the subconscious, down in the hidden energy, in the place of motives and shadow and stuff like that? What's she up to with this whole story that we're getting? And as I say, story, it's a loose story. It could actually be true. So story isn't necessarily the right word. Page of Cups. She's playing the pity card. The Page of Cups can be a pity card. It's poor me. I'm doing my best, and you should all feel sorry for me. It's a sob story that's coming out with the Page of Cups. It's intended to pull at your heartstrings and make you feel sorry for her. This poor darling who has to go around in heavy winter coats because we don't know what she's hiding under those winter coats. Of course, it makes her look more frail, thinner. She's so cold because she's not eating properly. She can't eat because she's so stressed and so alone and so worried, left to carry all these heavy burdens on her own. And I'm not diminishing anyone who has some of those disorders, any of those disorders out there in the world who might be watching this. I'm not mocking you at all. We all suspect that there is a reason, a medical prescription type reason for the weight loss, not necessarily to do with stress and anxiety and can't eat because tossing and turning in bed. Anyway, let's move on from there. As I said, I did look at it. But the Page of Cups is the pity card that she's playing down there. She wants someone to say sorry to her. Basically, sorry for treating you so badly, whether it's the royal family, the Hierophant, or whether it's her husband, also Hierophant card. I left you alone, I deserted you, I went off to play polo with Nacho, and poor darling, had to merch that thing. She wasn't merching it overtly, although there are allegedly other ways of making deals like that become mutually beneficial. But anyway, this is the woe is me, poor little darling card. What's her goal? What's her aim with all of this? What's she up to? There he is. There's the Hermit. That's Harry. That's the Virgo card. We are officially in Virgo season right now. I thought we were in a couple of days ago. Looked at my ephemeris this morning and thought, it's the 24th and we're only now in proper Virgo energy. So anyway, but we're in Virgo energy. We've got the Hermit. Her focus is Harry. Messaging about Harry and about the fact that he has left her alone, because a hermit withdraws from a situation, disappears from a situation, and a marriage, of course, is meant to be a relationship of mutual support. Sometimes isn't, and I'm going to giggle from my own personal experience, but it's supposed to be, and you make vows and promises about things like that. And we've got the Hermit. It's another of those I'm so alone cards. Poor me, I'm so alone in the car park in my heavy winter coat and my stress patch on my arm. Poor me. So she's very much sending out a message that the Diana message was that there were 3 of us in this marriage. Megan's message is there's only one of us in this marriage. Home alone kind of a message that's going out here. So what's been happening in the recent past that's led up to this need to express this misery to all of us? We've got the Moon in reverse. The Moon is about secrets and suppressed stuff and hidden things and worries that have come to the surface now and are being expressed. There's some clarity. She would have been through a long period of confusion about the direction of the relationship, and it has suddenly become revealed to her the path that she needs to take, because the Moon card is now in the reverse. The fog begins to dissipate, but there is something more sinister about that card, because it is subconscious drives. It is a little bit cray-cray, always potentially the Moon, and of course the Moon is the Diana card. And we have all suspected, or not all, but many of the people in this little subgroup of royal watchers believe that the Diana playbook has been followed to some extent. And there it is with the Moon in reverse. It's that hidden secret stuff, the bitterness, the little bit cray-cray, the little bit concerning mentally, a bit disordered, a little bit obsessed, a little bit fanatical, potentially. These are all speculations on my part. I'm not diagnosing. It's tarot for fun and entertainment. You know the drill. And there's a big allegedly all over the screen that you can just write in there for yourselves. what is she going to do next, or what is going to happen next? Because some people suspect a 10 of Wands in reverse moment, a kind of collapse, a meltdown, some kind of crisis. Spiraling was the word that was used in this article. So what are we going to see next, or hear next in this story? We've got the 3 of Cups in reverse. That's a bit worrying, actually. The 3 of Cups is a party and celebrating and friends and hanging out and having a good time card. In reverse, it's misery. But it could also, because it's cups, it's one of the drinking, medicating cards. We could have some kind of story about an accidental, and I'm speculating wildly here, we could hear something about some kind of crisis. We had Harry collapsed in a restaurant and had to be carted off to hospital moment recently. This could be a similar thing of a collapse due to over-medicating with whatever substance of choice, with the 3 of Cups in reverse. I don't like saying that. It's tricky to talk about here. It's public forum. Speculating, of course. I'm not wishing it on her. I'm not saying absolutely this is going to happen. This is what the energy is telling me is possible with the 3 of Cups in reverse. Not a wise thing to do if this is for attention. Just saying, if it's a genuine cry for help, and she has allegedly had these moments in the past when she was in the royal family, that day that she managed to put on that brave face, that very bronze face, and that blue dress, and go and appear, can't remember where it was it at the Royal Albert Hall, but anyway, similar energy there for me as a reader. So hopefully not triggering for anyone. Let us see her intentions towards Prince Harry right now, her attitude towards him. What does she out to accomplish? We got the King of Swords in reverse, and that's not good at all. That's a very vengeful, vicious card, the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords is about truth and justice and vision and clarity and strategy and intelligence and ideas and all of that. When it's upright, in the reverse, it can be very cruel, very vicious, say very harsh things, accusations, mistruths, and misrepresentations, a false narrative. Any of those things are up for grabs, are potentially possible with the King of Swords in reverse. That's out to attack someone's reputation, to drag them down. It's very toxic energy, very, very, very. And for people who suspect that we might be in blame game territory, and that's the energy that I'm testing in this reading, I would say you're on to something with that suspicion. So what pressure is Meghan under right now? She's under a lot of pressure, according to this article. What pressure in particular is she under? Temperance in reverse, yeah. This is a worrying card again, because it's being unbalanced. Temperance upright is about being patient, calm, moderate, in harmony with the world, with everyone around you. In reverse, it's being ill-tempered, out of sorts, irrational, disordered, extreme in your energy. And so I think that this is less calculated than some people might think, this whole thing. And I saw that when I did the reading on the eating, the alleged or potential or suspected eating problem, eating issue, the weight loss reading. This is more than a strategy. She is potentially really spiraling out of control. When you see this is her external world, her world around her, her influences around her, the pressure she's under from outside is causing some kind of spiraling, some loss of control, some collapse, some extreme forms of behavior. And if you've gone and looked in the comments section of the New York Post and any of the recent articles where someone very close to her is commenting, many people, myself included, suspect it could actually be her, that is spiraling. That really seems to be dangerously out of control. So there we have dangerously out of control with the Temperance card in reverse, lashing out, doing reckless things, not looking after herself, being very angry, overindulging or not eating, all those kinds of extreme behaviors, maybe drinking a lot. I'm speculating, of course, heavy drinking but not eating, those kinds of behaviors, those kinds of very toxic behaviors. Temperance card in reverse is usually has a cup in it, balancing, pouring energies from one cup to another. So cups, poisons, toxic substances, over use of substances in the Temperance card. Temperance card normally is an angel, in reverse is a devil. Addictions, substances, anger, obsession, all of that is there in this card. This is a very important card in this reading. Her hopes and fears currently in this potential blaming, lashing out energy, accusing, setting up a narrative. We've got Two of Cups in reverse. She knows that this is over, or she dreads the breakup with the Two of Cups in reverse. I'm going to look in the next reading if there's a backup billionaire waiting on the sidelines for her, as has long been rumoured. We're going to go there and we're going to finally address that topic. But the Two of Cups is her fear. Two of Cups in reverse. She dreads the news coming out that this is all over, and that very likely Harry is the one that has walked out. That is going to be very hard for her to deal with. And as I keep saying in this reading, the cray-cray, the moon, all of that stuff could be less strategic and more spontaneous and out of control than one would be comfortable with, even as somebody who doesn't particularly feel any sympathy for this woman. It's not something you wish on someone. To go down this path of complete collapse as is possible in the energy. And of course I am just reading energy and speculating. Outcome, how is this going to go for her if she does follow this narrative, whether as a matter of strategy or just spontaneously it just unfolds that way. How's it going to go for her? We've got Two of Wands. That's a plan. That's a plan. It's also a partnership. So there is plan. I've been erring on the side of thinking that this is going to be more spontaneous. It's going to be a narrative that she puts out, a plan that she puts out when she's been through this. So yeah, I'm an empath. So when I see cards like this, I feel them and I feel their energy and I dread the outcome. But if somebody has got the kind of personality disorders that many people speculate Megan has, on the narcissistic side of the road, then could collapse, but it's a different kind of collapse to the kind of collapse that I might feel, these cards tell me. So it's quite hard to read how a narcissist, an alleged narcissist, would follow through in these energies. I know how it would lead me, and I would be a complete mess, a broken woman, but perhaps not with the outcome being the Two of Wands, because that is planning, that is strategy, that is making a partnership with someone. And so very well-timed reading coming up on someone she could be forming a partnership with when she gets through this, recovers, does all the blame, all the accusations, does this King of Swords in reverse attack, character assassination, that this card represents the King of Swords in reverse. Once she's done with that, and this Three of Cups in reverse, then we're on somewhere else. New plan, new person, fresh start. We'll see how that's going to go in the next reading. Thanks for watching this one, and I hope to see you over there.